I'm Ellen McCauley. I'm at Pray It Off in Syracuse, New York. It's spring in Syracuse, finally. But you know what? I didn't put my snow brush away. It's still in the back of my car. Who put their snow brush away? A couple people. We got a few optimists in the group. I still have it just in case, but I think we might be safe. I really do. And when it gets to be spring, we often think of spring cleaning. Now, back in the day, I don't know if anybody remembers, you took spring cleaning very seriously. I mean, you took down the drapes, the curtains, you washed woodwork, you hauled it out. I still remember going to my grandma McCauley's house and spring cleaning for like 2 days straight. She'd give me $5, and I'd be like, whoa, $5. I'm telling you though, one of the things we need to talk about is it's hard to clean something when there's so much clutter. And you might say, didn't we talk about simplification a few weeks ago? Yes, we did. But I do think it's worth talking about clutter and our weight. Because I've been in the group for 8 years, I'm still dealing with my issues with clutter. I'm not cured. Now, you go to my house and you'll say, Ellen, I thought you said you had a lot of clutter. I mean, I have talked many years about I think the one time it was 52 big bins, and I think I might be up to 60 now. I mean, it's organized clutter if you call throwing everything in a bin and putting it in the basement organized. But let's talk about a clutter that's too deep for bins and shelves, because we all deal with it, and I do. Getting organized is unquestionably good for both mind and body, reducing risk for falls, helping to eliminate germs, and making it easier to find things like medicine and exercise gear. If you can't find your sneakers, you're not going to go for a walk. And so often we think it's a space problem, a house problem. But you know what? It isn't a house problem. It's a person problem. The person needs to fundamentally change their behavior. It's the same thing with food. It isn't a food problem. It's a person problem. We need to fundamentally change our behavior with food. Now, a lot of us might have seen the show Hoarders. Anyone see it? Oh, and it is addicting. You know, you'll be flipping through, and then all of a sudden you're like, what, hoarders? And we're so judgy, aren't we? Oh, me especially. How could they live like that? You know, when I have my 60 bins in the basement, I'm like, oh. You know, and inevitably, they have other issues besides the clutter. Mental illness, emotional illness. And I've really thought about this. And I really think that my clutter isn't like, here's what my clutter is, memories. My clutter is having every letter that was ever written to me in my entire life, and I'm 60 years old. My clutter is having every card that was ever given to me, and I'm 60 years old. I get a lot of cards. My clutter is every piece of artwork or every paper my 4 children ever did. Now my sister would be like, oh yeah, this is nice, boom, in the garbage or recycling. I came from the same womb as my sister. Why am I so different? Each person has their own issues. I've really thought long and hard about it, and I feel those things identify who I am. I am a mother. There's all that stuff. I am loved. There's all those letters. I am valuable. Now, God forbid someone breaks into my house and steals those 60 bins. You never know. Someone might want them. Would I still be Ellen McCauley? Would people say, I'm sorry, I don't even know who you are without those letters, cards, and kids' papers. I thought you were Ellen, but I don't recognize you. I need to get a grip. Is it painful? And I don't know about you guys, but do you ever do one of this? Oh, wow, look, that's the card that my friend Karen gave me. Oh, that is so great. I think I might just hang on to that one. Then you go on to the next one. Oh, and then you're trying to clean or organize something, and you spend so much time on the items that all of a sudden it's time to go to Mass, and you're like, I'll do that another day. Oh, yeah, everyone knows that. The part of the brain, they did these studies. There's so much stress involved. I have to say, I have stress in my mind when I think of getting rid of those things. And it leads to chronic disorganization. Now, I told you before about how we needed the title to our car, and I had put that in one of the bins. We couldn't find it. I had to get another one. The title. Don't you think that's kind of important? If you're disorganized, my daughter once bought us all these movies of these best movies, and she came at movies of the year. So she was home. She goes, "Hey, let's watch one of those movies." We're like, "Sure, yeah, let's watch one." Where are they? I go, "Well, I'm sure they're right around." Now this is December. I go, "They're right around here." Now, yeah, we have a kind of a big house, but we all looked. Vince looked, Shannon looked, Bob looked, I looked. We couldn't find him anywhere. It's now April. It's now 5 months later, and the other night Bob goes, "Oh my gosh, guess what I found? The movies!" They were in a black hole. All of a sudden the universe opened up, the black hole, and he reached his hand. They were stuck in a bottom drawer in a desk in a guest room that we don't even use. Who put him in there? Well, of course I blame Bob, and of course he blamed Vince. Somebody put him in there! I could have put him in there, I doubt it. But the fact of the matter is, how many people have things that are in the black hole in their house? Oh, yeah. And then Vince says, "This is kind of exciting because think of what we might discover." It's almost like an explorer. You go into your own home. What's in that drawer? Oh, my gosh. My sister and I, we've talked about this. So my niece Erin's up from Florida because she's Jasper's godmother. She's 31 years old, and they were cleaning out a drawer, and they found her pacifier from when she was 1. So remember I told you my sister was from the same womb, so she's a little bit more like me than I thought. She had a pacifier that was 30 years old in the drawer. And of course my niece says, "I'm taking it to Florida with me." So it'll be on a little shrine there. So 60 years from now she'll be going, "I should get rid of that pacifier." My whole point is we have to finally say, I'm not going to live like this anymore. I'm not going to hold on to my stuff. I'm not going to hold on to my weight. It's liberating. Cleaning's exercise, 210 calories an hour for vigorous cleaning. Not sitting there going through a drawer. I'm in the bed with the drawer stuffer. I mean, actually cleaning woodworking walls is 210 calories. My whole point is, remember that movie Network? I'm mad as heck and I'm not going to take it anymore? It's a Catholic weight loss group, so I changed it to heck, but that's not what he said in the movie. But the point is, we have to say, I'm not going to live like this anymore. At the end of the day, it's about uncluttering multiple levels of my life. Mind, spirit, and body. And there is a connection between straightening up our surroundings and losing weight. Once things are gone, you'll probably never miss them. And you might be sitting there going, I don't know. One thought I had is to take a photo. I was president of the pep club, and I made a sign for Grant Carpenter, and it said we cheer for the team till our throats are sore, but there's 13 guys we really cheer for. And then we'd all hold up a sign. I had a huge sign that said Grant and his football number. I'm 60 years old. Do I need Grant's big sign with his football number on it? I still had it. So I took a photo of it. Facebook loves that kind of crap. Take a picture, put it on Facebook, get rid of it. So I decided I was going to take a photo of things and scan things. So that's my first step. If you need a first step, one thing is I've been giving away things to other people. Like I've been saying, hey, this is important to me, I'm giving it to you. The thing is, if you define your material possessions as who you are, so often our weight is part of that whole thing. We have a choice. We have a choice of how we live our lives. We have a choice with our houses. Do you ever go to someone's house and it's beautiful and organized, and you open up the silverware drawer and all the knives are there and the spoons and their little tools, what do you call it, utensil drawers is all neat, and the first thing you think of is, what's wrong with them? Why are they so neat? And then you judge, well, they have a lot of time on their hands that they're so neat, because we just can't give it up for them. We can't say, how wonderful that you're organized. I want to strive for that myself. Maybe we should try to prevent the clutter in the first place. I'm going to stop right there, Bob.